Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to install SuperATV's convertible doors on this Polaris Ranger XP 1000. The first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to remove our side nets, our buckle, and our bolster. We've already done this. The main thing is you want to make sure that you retain all your hardware in the following components. So we'll have these two screws that'll come out of this location right here for the buckle. And we'll come back here, and right here will be where our bolster is attached. There'll be a bolt right down here that you'll want to remove as well. That's going to hold the lower portion of the bolster. And then all your screws that attach the net. So now we're going to be installing our female bracket to our door. We're working on the driver's side. So whenever we take our bracket, we want to make sure that when we line it up, that the holes are facing downward. And it sits off of the door just like this. We're going to grab 4 of our M8 by 25 millimeter Allen headed screws, 4 flat washers, and we'll just go ahead and start threading the hardware through there. And we're just going to peel this protective film out of the way just enough to get our hardware started. Might have to push in on the door a little bit in order to get it closer to the bracket. Should just be able to run all these in by hand. No reason to fully tighten anything yet because we're going to have to make some adjustments. So we'll want to leave it loose like that. That way it moves. And we'll take our door, we'll set it aside for just a moment here. So now we're going to grab our driver's side male door hinge, 4 of our M8 by 20 millimeter Allen headed hardware. And we're going to grab our retainers, threaded plates. We're going to go ahead and flip the bed back. Just like that. And take our bracket. It's going to slide right into place. We'll take our M8 hardware and go down in here to the bottom, get our holes lined up. And we're just going to thread these right into the factory holes on the machine. Then we'll come up here to the top with one of our retainers, slide it up through the bottom here just like this. Get our thread hole lined up. We'll go ahead and start our screw in there. Then we're just going to go ahead and fully tighten the hardware on the top and the bottom. Next, we're going to install our driver's side door striker. We'll install it right where you removed your buckle from. And you want to make sure that this angled portion of the bracket here is facing towards the outside of the machine. Then you don't want to fully tighten the hardware just yet. That way you can make adjustments. It should sit just like this. Now we're going to take our door and place it onto the male door assembly. You get it all lined up as you go to slide it on. Make sure it slides onto both of the studs there. And then I like to take the door and pick it up to the point to where it would almost hit the latch. Then you'll just want to pick it up and get it lined up with your latch. I know everything's still loose, but we're just going to kind of mock everything up a little bit here. And we're going to go ahead and start running in our hardware. What I like to do is just tighten one screw on the top and the bottom. I'll go ahead and fully tighten them. That way if we do have to make any final adjustments, we don't have to loosen as many screws. Feels like we're making a little bit of contact down here on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and pick our door back up a little bit here. So right there we got it kind of close. So we're going to go ahead and tighten up our latch. I'm just going to run these in by hand with my socket. Alright, so now we have our door latched. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to tighten all our hardware up. Before you install the upper portion of your door, especially if you got a rear windshield, a roof, a front windshield, make sure you grab your keys. They're going to be on the inside, right behind the orange tape. And you'll want to go ahead and unlock this door. So now we're going to grab the upper portion of our door here. We're just going to get it all lined up. And we're going to grab our long hardware, our M8. We're going to go ahead and slide our bolts through. And we'll go ahead and put a nut on every bolt. I like to do the farthest outside and the farthest inside. Next, we're going to go ahead and tighten the hardware, securing the upper portion to the lower portion of the door. Next, we're gonna grab our upper driver's side door hinge. We're gonna take our retainer and 2 of our M8 by 20 millimeter Allen headed screws. Put this up underneath there just like this, lined up. We'll just leave those started. Then we're gonna grab the female hinge. Go ahead and slide it onto the male portion. And we'll get it lined up with the upper portion of the door. Then we'll go through and we'll fully tighten all this hardware. Once everything's fully tightened, we'll go ahead and open the door. Make sure that it opens properly. Just go through and make sure all this hardware is tight, and then we'll go through and double check all of our hardware that we've installed up to this point. Then we're gonna go ahead and install 2 of our acorn nuts, the back of these threads, and then we'll go ahead and fully tighten them. So now we're gonna get our mirrors that are provided with the doors from SuperATV, and we're gonna remove this bolt right here, as well as this bolt right here. They're both gonna be 8 millimeters. Once we've removed the hardware, securing the bracket to the mirror, we're gonna grab our provided hardware in the kit, and we're gonna attach our mirror. We'll start by sliding one of our bolts into the bracket, just like that. We'll slide the bolt through the hole. We'll take one of our nuts. Then we're gonna get our mirror adjusted to where we would like it. And we'll go ahead and we'll fully tighten the hardware here. I like to get one of my bolts kind of tight to the point to where it's touching, where you can still rotate this mirror around. I like to jump in the machine here. Just kind of reach out here and get it adjusted. So right there is about where I want it. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it down where it is. Next, you're gonna wanna install your gas strut clamp to the cage of the machine. We've already done this, so you're gonna wanna install it right here in this location, just a little bit away from where the weld is right here on the cage. Once you have it installed, we're gonna take our gas strut and make sure that this side of the strut is going towards the inside of the machine. And we'll just thread it in right to the bottom of the bracket here. So once you have it attached back here, we're gonna grab our nylock nut, provided in the hardware kit, and we're gonna make sure that the thread portion is facing downward. And we'll go ahead and fully tighten the hardware. Now repeat all these steps for the opposite side. Now once you have everything installed and fully tightened, go ahead and remove your protective film. Make sure that the door is opening and closing properly. Now, the awesome thing about this door is that in the wintertime, you can run your full enclosure. You know, you can have your flip windshield, your roof, your rear windshield, and now your full doors. And in the summertime, if you don't want to run the full door, you remove these 4 bolts, take your strut off, and now you have a half door. So that's one of the biggest things about this convertible door, and that's how super quick and easy it is to install SuperATV's convertible door for this Polaris Ranger XP 1000. For more information on this convertible door, or any of SuperATV's great products, feel free to give us a call at 855-743-3427, or check us out online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.